Good evening, everybody. You all made it in, and it looks like the system's working. Michelle, do you have presenter control?
How would I could show my screen?
You should be able to show your screen now.
Did it work?
There you go. Oh.
All right, how can I see everybody else? Let's see. Not familiar with this.
Okay. Is it shrinking all of the cameras to the top of the screen and then showing? Because I think we can all see your desktop.
Okay, I'd like to be able to see everyone as well. I see Sarah now, and okay. Yep,
There you
I'm
go.
getting there.
I don't see the
Okay.
desktop. Where am I supposed to go to see that?
You might have to shrink your people at the top. Let's see. Let's take a minute to get accustomed to this.
I think everybody is completely over online meetings and all of these platforms.
I've used Zoom a lot, but I'm not very familiar with this one, and I don't know how to navigate.
There we go.
I don't see anything being shared, so.
I have just a simple agenda up. Can anyone see my agenda? No?
Let's see. So when you do your screen share, does it give
Yep.
you a choice of either the desktop or a specific application?
Oh, yeah, okay. And I think it's saying paused.
There you go.
Now you're seeing it.
Okay, now I see that.
All right. Good. So it's just the four of us tonight.
I borrowed Jason. I apologize, everybody.
So I can't see you, Michelle. I can see Sarah and Leslie.
My webcam's not on.
Oh, okay.
I'll turn it on.
No, it's fine.
There you
Thought
are.
there might be a glitch.
Hi.
Hello.
Michelle, I'm going to run back to the other meeting, but send me a message in Teams if you need me to come back.
Okay, thanks, Brian. I think we'll be good.
Thank you all. Have a wonderful night.
Thanks.
Yay, we're here. Yeah, I've had a little bit of anxiety. I talked to Sarah a bit, but I've had a little bit of anxiety about this meeting. I don't have a lot of experience online meetings, maybe for fun and stuff, but actually running a meeting in an online format was a little intimidating for me. So I think we'll be fine, though. I had a couple of days to sleep on it.
We're not going to judge you. We're not going to critique you.
I know I've got a great team to work with, and you all know this is my first year, and I'll get adjusted.
We're just very
First year.
grateful that you volunteered to take the reins.
So I thought our first item would be to welcome Leslie to the Cultural Council.
Thank you.
Thank you for stepping up and joining us.
My pleasure.
So also along that line, we have 2 open spots still. So if you think of people that you might know that would be willing to serve, we have 2 positions that can be filled because we can be up to 7. That would give us a little wiggle room to go on vacations and stuff.
That would be nice.
Right? Just so that we
If
don't feel
somebody
left
had to fall out sick or something, or
Right.
anything. So.
So how did you all do reviewing the panel books? Good. Good. Okay. So
A lot there.
Yeah, I had a spreadsheet from last year, from last time that I guess maybe it came from Marcia, maybe. I don't remember how I came to have a spreadsheet, but I found it and I modified it for this year's just to have a running list of which ones that we were looking at. That was helpful last time to keep track of which one we were discussing and then to make notes about, whether or not we wanted to vote yes or no or what have you.
Okay, awesome. I was thinking that when we get a chance to meet in person, it'd be nice if we have a chance to we don't have an official format. Leslie, I know I sent Jason's kind of ideas, but only because he had so thoughtfully put together his thoughts on paper last year when he couldn't make it. And it was something I didn't think I could put words to as well. And anyway, so there is no format, no official format, but it would just be nice if we did have something to work with moving forward. And to me, that would be nice to talk about in person and share pieces of paper. And I'm kind of visual.
And I tend to be a spreadsheet person, so that was the only way I really could look at all of the criteria and the dollar amounts. And so I had already started something, but I used his format and it worked out fine. So.
Okay, so feel free to share, what does work well and what did work, and we'll get there. So, all right, so our main, oh, did I open the meeting, Jean? I did.
Thank you. Let me start writing.
Michelle, do you know what we have for a total dollar award? I know something came through, but I couldn't open it up, so I thought I'd wait till I saw you. But
Okay, so we have $4,800 that the state gave us, and we have $4,406.95 left over from last year. Normally, if that were the case, we could roll those into this year's funds. But what we did with COVID is we granted everybody an extension. So essentially, that's just sort of held over money. And I'll update us all in a little bit about where we're at with the old grants and who's finished and applied and where we stand with that. So these are, let's see if I can get to the new screen. Can you all see that?
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Okay, so those are the applications we have for this year. And if we can go in order and each share our thoughts. And I want to be able to see you guys, so hold on, I can't. There we go. Keep disappearing.
What are you
There we
trying to
go.
do?
I can see you now, but sometimes you just, the panel kind of pops away.
Oh,
Down there on the bottom. So we'll talk about the children's choir tuition assistance first.
can you, by any chance, make your screen like a full screen so that the words are bigger?
Where is this header? Let's see. Is
Oh, that's bigger.
that better?
It's a little bigger.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So on my screen, I have Jean, Sarah, Leslie, and then myself. Do we want to just talk in that order? Jean, do you
Sure.
mind going first? Okay, thank
No,
you.
not at all. I liked that, I guess it's the Hampshire Young People's Chorus or Choir. I thought that would be something we would like to support on the condition that we are either the townspeople or Irving Elementary or both would be granted access to the concert. I was just wondering how they did it last year. Did they have an online virtual concert, or are they planning to do that again this year? And how would the access be granted to that? Those are just my little notes, but I liked it otherwise.
It looks
my-
like. Sorry, go
Oh, sorry, I'm speaking out of order. I forgot. Go ahead.
ahead.
I think Leslie's deferred to you, Sarah.
Oh, I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead, Sam. You have something to say. I can wait. No, I can wait. Go
Oh.
ahead, Sam.
I guess I was trying to remember if we had supported them in the past, and also if there is actually a student in the choir from Irving that would benefit from the scholarship, and it was kind of hard for me to know if it was going to benefit the town overall or just that one student. And so, do you know, Michelle, if we've supported them before?
This is last year's applicants, and let's see,
Yeah, they weren't there.
believe they were on here, and I think they were denied.
Oh, yeah, there they are. Right in the
They
middle.
are
Young
here.
People's Chorus. Yeah,
You would
denied.
deny them.
I do want to, sorry, I want to skip back to something here for a minute. I ran the numbers quickly, and we have $4,800 to spend, and $5,055 has applied. So this year, it seems like we had a lot less applicants and maybe projects. So there was a kind of a bulletin from MCC that said, what do you do if you have more funds than you've had applications? And they are asking us to fund heavily, because of this situation that everybody's in. Another alternative would be to think of a council-led project, which a council-led project, Leslie, probably this would be new to you, and then everybody else has heard of it a little bit, but it's 15% of the allocation the council can use to offer our own project, to offer grants, but have it limited to what we decide we want to do. I wasn't really thinking we'd be doing that this year in COVID, and even, especially as like I'm getting accustomed to being a chair and Leslie's new on the board. So, but that's an option. We could, just because I wasn't thinking we would, doesn't mean we can't. And then the other opportunity is if we have any extra money, we can set aside 5% for administration fees, which we might just be able to offset. I don't think we normally do offset postage, things like that.
Michelle, how much money did you say we could use for our own project?
15%. So,
Oh, okay. Thanks.
you're welcome.
So 15% of the 4,800,
Yes,
That's 700. Okay.
$720.
720. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I think it might be too much work for our group unless we had more members to do a committee-led project this year. That's my sort of guess about how things are right now. I've been myself a little bit overwhelmed with how much work I have, and having wanting to stay involved with the committee but not having very much spare time. So I think I mean, I really enjoyed being part of the committee's music or concert series that we had in the park. I thought that was really a great activity that came, allowed people to come out and be a part of something in town. I guess it's not surprising we don't have that many applications because it's hard for people to do things right now. But some of them I don't know, didn't seem like that relevant to our town. So I was kind of not sure whether we should fund them just because we have the money, or if we should like hold off and try to fund things that are more worthy.
I think the other thing we can do is we can actually give more money to certain projects if we
Oh,
see
more
that
than they asked for?
their
Oh, that's
budget.
an idea.
So that would be a nice idea. If their budget is higher and they've only asked for a little bit, we can take a look and adjust that.
Well, one of the things
So-
that I noticed too is that some of the applicants are applying to lots of councils. I mean, they're just trying to get whatever they can. And then there's some that like, no, I'm just applying to you, or I'm funding. If I don't get it, I'll just fund it myself. When I looked at, just going back to this youth choir, so they're saying that the children come from 10 different towns, including Irving. So I don't know if that means there's 1 or 2 or 3 from Irving. We don't know, but it's also a narrow window. It's only 8 through 16, ages 8 through 16. So it's not, I guess when I was looking at it, I was trying to think how many people can really be served, and are they the students or the town or the townsfolks? And, you know, so it sounds like this is $400 for one student is how I was interpreting it, because that's how the cost is for a class is $400.
And then it may or may not be an Irving
Right. Right.
resident. So I think that may be why we didn't fund it in the past, but we also had better choices at the time. So this is always something that I've been fond of. I'm interested in it. It seems like a good program, but weighed against everything else, there were better uses in previous years. So I had it as a maybe for this year.
That's
I
where I
had
was.
it as a maybe also.
Okay.
And I have it as a yes. How about you, Leslie?
I have it as a maybe. Yeah.
Oh, okay, 3 maybes and a yes.
Maybe on the towards yes, but maybe.
It's our first thing we've looked at, so we don't have to commit.
Right.
All right, so let's move on to stuffed animal sleepover.
Okay, I thought that was maybe a poor timing in the age of COVID to have a stuffed animal sleepover. I love the idea that we have a new librarian and she wants to do something. I think it should probably be tweaked so it's a virtual thing, totally virtual, with no exchange of stuffies at the library, no sleepover in the library. You know, the kids could come online with their stuffies if she wants to.
I thought that was what she was
She is.
saying.
They're not staying there.
Well, it listed several options. One option would be fully remote. So I would say we should go with that if we're going to, you know,
Yeah.
we should suggest that if we're going to support it.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it here.
I was not clear on like if they were being given a stuffed animal or if they had to bring their own, or I was a little bit
Yeah, I
not
thought
clear
it
on
was
the
like a
process.
kit, and they were, but yeah, they're dropping off these.
I think
Anyway,
they had
I'll
their
just
own
finish mine
stuffies.
and then you guys
Yeah.
can go. I said no to that as it stands right now.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Sarah, what were your thoughts on it?
I had it as a maybe, because I was thinking, well, you know, the kids might really like it, but if it's all remote, I'm not sure that age group for kids 8 and younger would really benefit that much from a remote activity. I'm, you know, I don't have any kids in that age group anymore, but I mean, even teenagers have sometimes trouble focusing on stuff that's remote, you know, online, unless it's a video game, then it seems to be just fine. But to do, I just don't know how, and I guess it just seems like, well, I don't know if it will work that well and if kids would really be able to participate and how hard it would be for parents. I mean, we had trouble just getting online here. So I don't know how hard or easy it would be for families to participate.
It wasn't really clear. The fact that it's under 8 and under, I don't know about virtually. I mean, I know there's kindergartners and first and second graders that are doing hybrid and they're online, but
I mean, are the kids going to school in Irving, like in
they're
person?
hybrid. Yeah, they're
Right
hybrid.
now, we're fully remote right now. We had been on hybrid, but we've gone back to fully remote until
Oh, you
2
did?
weeks after the school vacation week that's coming up.
Okay.
Okay.
But the kids had been coming in hybrid, some of them since mid-September. We kind of staggered it. You know, the really young ones came in first and they were having their classrooms totally outdoors, so it was really nice. And then I was in 5th grade, or I still am, but retiring
Mhm.
soon. And we came back online, I think mid-October, hybrid, you know, so we'd be in the building in the morning, but remote in the afternoon. But now they're going to go fully remote. And they did that after the Christmas vacation as well. They went fully remote for 2 full weeks.
Hmm.
Oh, it's in and out.
Yeah, so do you think in that 8 and under age range, you know, would kids respond to something like this?
I think they would. You know, kids really love those stuffies, even at age 8, I think. I don't know. When is she thinking of holding it? Maybe she could have it outdoors or something.
Well, and that is one of the, she did say they'll set up a related story walk outside of the library for families to enjoy. So I'm trying to see when she thought she might hold it. Now I can't see what it says. Huh, I don't see it right off the top of my head. Yeah, I don't see where she's gonna do it.
I know, I might take a minute to pull up my other
I think it's a
computer.
cute idea.
so I can
I mean,
have
I do think it's a cute idea because it's a Stuffy's box that's getting decorated. It's not, and, yeah, they'll go to the library, pick up a Stuffy box, they decorate it. And I don't have any grandchildren in Irving, but I just think it's cute. But and it
Okay,
will.
so were you a
it'll
maybe,
still-
Leslie?
Hmm?
Oh, were you a maybe on it?
I am a maybe on this. Yes, I'm not a definite no. I'm a maybe.
I was a
depending-
yes, maybe. So I was sort of more leaning towards yes, but not 100% sure.
Yeah, I think we do a maybe.
I was a hard yes, and then you've sold me a little towards the maybe. But I was thinking that even if it was that the stuffies stayed overnight, I imagined they'd do a quarantine period before and a quarantine period after, some sort of a, you know, not 2 weeks for the stuffies, but probably a few days to kind of air out whatever they're doing. I'm sure they'd be following some kind of protocol, but I was leaning yes towards this just because it was in our library.
And it does serve 25 kids, which I think is another important piece. How many is it serving? And it's more than just 1 or 2. So.
Okay, we'll keep moving on and we'll come back around to all of this. Okay, Winchendon Music Festival. And I'm going to take a look at last year, but I believe that we don't fund this normally. We did deny it last year.
And they do get funding from a variety of sources. So.
Can I go first, or are we still going in order?
Okay.
I said a yes to this because it's going to be virtual, and it sounded like they really attract talent to this thing.
Mhm.
And if it's virtual, you know, there's no limit to who can access it. We'd have to advertise it, you know, so they would know about it around town, but it just sounds like a really wonderful festival, and it's free, so.
Yeah.
I don't think last year it was virtual, right?
Right.
When we
And I
denied it.
think that,
And that would be
Right,
too
and I
far
think-
away for us if it was in person, but since it's going to be virtual. So I
think
think
it gives better access.
I think last year it was not free. But
Yeah,
I
they're
could
putting
be
it in.
misremembering.
So I'm done. I said yes.
How about you, Sarah?
I feel like I've been very indecisive, but I guess I wasn't, I've never been to it, so it was kind of like, I don't really have much context, but if it's, music festival online that people would be able to access easily, then I would say yes, but maybe not as much money, like maybe we only donate like $500 instead of $1,000.
Okay.
And I think, I agree, I think yes. I mean, I think because it is on YouTube, it's not going to cost anyone anything, but I do agree with Sarah that given, especially now that we know what the dollar amount is that we have available, I think we should decrease whatever we give to them. And maybe that's where the difference is, but.
I also am in favor of it more because the access seems to be easier with the virtual performances than usually the festival is for us. Okay, so then this next one is Whipple and Morales in concert, duo pianists, $750, and it is an online event.
Okay. So
It's
I
on.
said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not following the rules.
That's okay.
It's
You want to
okay.
go first from now on? You can go first from now on. It's fine with me.
I would say a comment because I thought it was local access cable, not online.
Yeah, that's what it said.
Okay, I'm sorry. I did right. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
And I was just wondering, do you have to get cable in order to, do you have to have cable in order to watch local access cable?
No.
That's what I was wondering because like we don't get cable anymore. We just use like the internet for TV. And so that was like just one question that I had.
Yeah,
With me,
that's
Sarah.
actually, Sarah, what I was going to bring up was it sounds like a really nice program, but would we have access to view it in Irving? And if we also decide not to grant them the full amount, which was $750, would we still be granted access if we don't do the full amount they're asking for? And your point is good too, that if you don't have cable, is there
Yeah.
any other way to access it?
No. Now they did say, oh no, I'm sorry, it's a pre-concert lecture for your community via Zoom. And then it said followed by the recorded, which is they're only licensing to participating communities, but you're right. I mean, okay, but if you don't have cable, you're not gonna be able to see it. And it does sound like a great, it's for 5
I
to
wonder-
75. I don't know.
I wonder if they could like somehow play the recording following the Zoom meeting, like in the Zoom meeting somehow, so that people don't have to go to another format, like another technology once they're in.
Well, that's a good point.
Maybe I don't know, if they're going to be doing a Zoom anyway, and if they already have it pre-recorded, I don't know exactly if it would, how hard it would be to just play it for the Zoom attendees, and then maybe other people could watch it on local access.
Yeah.
So maybe like a stipulation that for our community that has limited access to cable, which I can't, I don't have cable either, Sarah, so I don't know, but I can't imagine I don't even know if we have a local access channel, do we?
I don't think so, because I have cable. I don't think we do.
What is
I
it,
never-
I just don't think
Greenfield?
it's active.
Yeah, there are some. One of them's out of Greenfield. So I don't
Greenfield
know if that would be
alone
the
you
one
do.
they'd be using. We should probably find out what cable channel they'd be using.
Don't want them to use Irving's because it's not active.
Yeah.
Right.
Um,
And they also
Why
are
don't you-
Lots of-
Montague Community Television is what is the Irving public access.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's see, how do you watch? I'm just looking online.
Yeah,
also
I think
requesting
it's there. I
funds.
don't remember what channel it is, but I remember seeing the Pumpkin Festival online and other things, you know, from Turner's, downtown Turner's Falls being streamed on there.
Well, did they apply to Montague's council? Trying to see what other councils they applied to. I can't find it. Oh dear. Thought I had it here.
I'm going to open the panel book on my desktop.
Yeah, I have it on my iPad. That's why I'm looking over. I've got the meeting on my laptop and the panel on my iPad. I'm trying to see what other councils. I know they apply to other. Oh, here we go. Nope, that's not right. Shoot, I can't find it.
Let me try to look.
I wrote on my spreadsheet that they applied to several other councils, so.
I was positive they did. I want to see it myself also.
I don't know why I would have written that down if they didn't. Let's see, they're coordinating, funding.
Okay.
Private donations. Oh. Oh yeah, we are applying, while we are applying to several other LCCs for similar virtual presentations, we will only be applying to others in support of our presentation in your community if they share your local cable access station. So I guess we could, you know, assume that they're applying to Montague in that. But yeah, they did mention several others, it says. But they didn't list the names, even though it's asked for them to, so. Did they apply last year?
No, it
This
doesn't
is
sound
brand new.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
All right. So I'm just going to be a soft maybe on that, and then we can come back to that after too. Talk about indecisive, Sarah. That's me.
Oh, I just think we have a lot of questions that unfortunately, you know, some of these don't really explain the whole picture, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michelle, do you have that, you know, the criteria that we are like town specific criteria that we had put for what we want to fund? I think it was things located in Irving and things that are free, but I'm not sure if there's something else in the criteria.
Yep. Let me just log into the Cultural Council. I'm sorry, I should have done that before. You all have your login information? That's one thing I wasn't sure.
No. So I got the email from, I can't remember the fellow's name, but I couldn't log in to see what the dollar amount was.
Okay.
So for the email, Michelle, when I click on that link for the Irving, Town of Irving email, it doesn't go, it goes to Outlook and signs me into my work Outlook. So I was kind of confused.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll put that on our list.
Okay.
And also, Leslie, there's a town email for you as well. So yep. So anybody who has a town email can use that. So I have my tax collector, Jean has her school.
Okay.
And you and Sarah have been given a special username.
Oh, okay.
So I'll get us all
Sure.
caught up on that next
Okay.
week.
That sounds good.
I'm sorry, I think having two computers open is slowing this down a little bit, but I wanted to be able to see my panel. Okay. So you can watch me sign in.
There's the amount. Okay. Okay.
There's our priorities.
Right here.
So Irving Cultural
can't
Council
really-
strives to bring. I'll read it. Want me to read it?
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's too
okay.
small.
The Irving Cultural Council strives to bring a variety of cultural experiences to the residents of the town. Based on the results of our most recent community survey, the Irving Cultural Council will give priority to projects and events that take place in Irving and are free to attend, community-wide gatherings such as concerts that bring people of all ages together, and projects that benefit the town's children, families, and seniors. We will give preference to applications that have an approved plan with a town organization in place, i.e. school, library, recreation department, senior community center, and supply a letter of support from that organization. We tend to favor smaller grants over larger ones in an effort to spread our funds as far as possible. We will evaluate proposals based on how well they meet our local priorities, as well as on the applicant's qualifications and careful completion of the application. We look forward to receiving your proposal.
Okay.
Okay, so I mean, it might be nice to have that available, but maybe we don't have to give the full $750.
Yeah, and
We'll have it available and we could do it, but yeah, we have to, I guess, thinking this year with COVID in mind, there's probably going to be a lot of online programs, kind of very strange.
yeah.
Right, so the next one is Chainsaws, Cheeseburgers, Rock and Roll Live.
Okay, well, I'll go. I thought he sounded like he was geared more towards middle and high school. We don't have a middle high school in Irving. And really into pop culture. I think kids are saturated with pop culture enough as it is. I'm not really in support of that. Maybe if we had a high school in our town, I'd feel differently. But so I kind of said no to that one.
I also thought that he did not have any town connection, like he doesn't have the support of someone at the school or the library. And so I didn't know that there was really anybody who was looking for this kind of a motivational speaker program.
I actually was curious how he found out about it because he is applying to lots of other councils. So I was curious why he came to us. But I don't know. I don't know how he knew about us.
I think sometimes it's just as simple as knowing that each town gets a certain allocation and then saying, well, I'll kind of put my feelers out in those areas I haven't been in before.
Probably.
I think that they can also just check a box to send their application to multiple towns.
Oh, okay. That
Not
would make
easy? Wow.
I think they can. So,
Okay.
because we had some that I remember from before where, it's like they just submitted it to like all of the towns,
Okay.
I like to feel special,
Well,
They are
Yeah.
special.
So yes, I agree. I thought it was interesting and, it kind of sounded different, but again, I didn't see where the effort had been made to find a venue for this in our community. All right, so then we have any more discussion on this one right now?
I'm good.
Um, So then we have River Stories for the Valley Classrooms, and this is affiliated with Nolambika Project, I believe.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
So they did mention, which county is it, the target audience? It's not our county. Some other county is a target audience. So we would not be the target audience in terms of their stories. It's going to be around a different county, but we've supported them in the past. Just had two questions. Will we have access, to watch the storytelling? And how would they promote it to our school?
And we do have a local connection with them. David Brule is actually a town resident, and he's really active with them. He's chairman of the project.
I think we want to make sure they would approach our school to make sure that our principal wants to have a program that the kids would access.
True.
Yeah.
So there's
If it's
this,
like an online thing, what time of day would it be? Would it be a school day? Would the kids be able to watch it? Is that something the principal would support?
there is a section that says, how are you planning to promote the project to the community and your target audience? Now, like you said, we weren't necessarily their target audience, but we could ask to maybe be included in this. Says the Nolambika Project has a following on Facebook of over 1,800 people and a mailing list that reaches more than 900. Many of our events and actions are covered by newspapers and television stations, but then they say we will also reach out to the school superintendents to encourage widespread circulation among the students. We hope to make the film available to any groups interested and will premiere it as part of our annual festival in August. The film might be an effective marketing tool to promote tourism. But the targeted areas were what, Northampton, Hadley, Hatfield, and Northampton.
Yeah. So
Westfield.
you would see.
So Jean, you thinking we would ask for them to reach out to our local superintendents of high school and elementary school
Yeah.
as a
If that's
condition
what-
if we did that?
You know what I mean? If we wanted to benefit our community.
Well, I was thinking that it seems like a really worthwhile project and to have the local history of Native Americans, which is not often accessible in regular school curriculum. I think it would be worthwhile to support, but I would definitely want the students in Irving to be able to, watch whatever or program that they put together.
Looking at their budget, it's 18,500, and they have only requested 250 from us.
Maybe that's somewhere we could put a little more money in if we really want to support them nicely. Yeah.
Especially if we're going to ask for, if we want to suggest that they do a little bit more to reach us, then we could definitely
Yeah.
encourage that by offering this. Okay. I kind of like how we're just talking through and then we can come back and.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
Henry the Juggler. Requesting $425 for summer or fall 2021.
This
Oh,
kind
I-
of made me think of that other one as well, of the chainsaw cheeseburger one, because there was no connection to the town, or no one inviting him. So I was like, maybe, but I don't know if there's.
So I didn't understand that. Is he going to come to the town and perform? And where is he going to perform? Did he list any options for that?
Doesn't look like he did it. Where will the project take place is location of your council's choosing. So we
And one of
could
our criteria was that they figure out the spot, right? And they get permission.
usually makes our job easier. But, and here's the thing where I wish that we, and it's, again, we don't know. One thing coronavirus has taught us is to be flexible, right? So we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We just go with the flow. But I wish we knew if we were having our fall festival or our summer festival and we could say, I bet the Recreation Commission would love to have you there. Or at end of the year barbecue with the elementary school students. I just don't know that we can think that way this year. We could be hopeful and then, we could hold over money like we did this year, possibly. So we do have
Yeah.
options.
Yeah, I like your idea about having them at the festival, the fall festival. 'Cause you
Yeah,
did
I like the idea too. That would
Yeah.
be cool to have performers, like that sort of kind of performer, and then maybe the rec commission would try to get some other ones as well.
Mhm.
Do they fund things like we do? I mean, not like we do, but do they fund activities for the town?
They do a lot in specific, from what I know, they'll have like specific functions that they kind of do regularly or that they kind of enjoy, and they go big when they do something. They usually go big,
We have a
but it's
fair
just a matter.
budget.
Yep. Yeah, I can think of bringing my children to the fall festival, and they get their faces painted for free, and they get to, the library might do something and they're there painting pumpkins, or there's been a DJ and there's a bounce house and rock climbing walls. I mean, these things that any other town you'd have to pay an admission to get in, and Irving just says, here you go. So they they go big. So I mean, this would be a small budget item for them, but it would help us collaborate with them, which would be nice.
Mhm. So would we go then to them and ask them about this proposal to see if they'd be interested in taking it over? Or
Yeah,
funding it or whatever?
I think if we decided to fund this and we said, we would then reach out to Henry and suggest one or two ideas, but in the meantime, maybe talk with the Recreation Commission and see if they're planning a fall festival. Maybe talk with the library and see if they're doing some kind of a summer outdoor event, or we could brainstorm on his behalf. I guess I don't mind. But just my only concern would be once we once we find a location, if we find a location, it's going to be connected with an event already. So whether or not he might have that date available, because we don't have a lot going on in Irving. So if he couldn't do the event, what else would we?
Well, maybe we
provide for him?
should put it on him to find the location. We can suggest he contact the rec commission. Go from
Okay.
there, since that was one of our criteria, is that they find the
Okay.
location.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense. We could make it contingent on him finding a town partner, like the rec commission or the library or the school or something. And that way it's not on us. Plus he says that he wants this local sponsor that he hasn't identified yet to do some work for him in promoting it. And we're not going, I mean, that's not really our job to promote things. So
We don't even have, we're not like some of the other towns that have, you know, a Facebook account that's very active or a means to do this already. So, good
So
thinking.
we'd have to be clear, you know, that he needs to promote it and he needs to set up a venue with somebody in the town. We suggest the rec commission or the library. Suggest he contact them.
Yeah, and he offers up that he'll work with them, so we'll call him on it.
Okay. I think it sounds fun. I haven't seen a juggler in a while.
Yeah, I think it would be very fun.
It would be. Okay. Sounds good.
Dog training.
I thought the dog training was more something like the rec commission might sponsor as opposed to the cultural council.
I was thinking that it doesn't seem very cultural.
Yeah,
I know
I
that's
hear.
my instinctive thought. I was like, well, people might really want free dog training classes, but is this really our mission?
Well, I had a chuckle because it referenced people getting dogs during the coronavirus period. And it's like, that means they've had them for 6 to 8 months. I hope they got trained by now. Oh my gosh.
They're going to be tough to train if not, right?
That's right.
We have one of those dogs. I know. I love the idea, and I think what a nice opportunity. But right, is it geared for us? Okay.
Hasn't the
And
rec
we're in.
commission sponsored other things to do with animals before?
I feel like they were in collaboration with our police department when we had Badge, the bloodhound. Was he a bloodhound? Yeah. Yeah. They were in collaboration. I remember that. Otherwise, I'm not sure. Also, that was a library
Yeah.
event. They have a friends group that might be able to sponsor that. Okay, so then, unless there's any more conversation about the dog trainer, we can move on to Uniquely Quabbin.
Well, we didn't fund it last year. Remember that, right, Michelle?
I'll
And Sarah?
I'll double check.
Yeah, I don't think we funded it last year.
Do you remember why, Jane? Do you know?
I'm just thinking we ran out of money and wanted to do other things. So maybe this year we would, because we have less proposals
Right.
for the money we have.
I like that idea too, because yeah, I feel like it doesn't have to be an every year
Mhm.
funding, but
It seemed like a worthwhile thing to support. It is about our local area, and it's it's free, and even though it's not specifically geared toward Irving residents, I mean I think Irving people might enjoy using it or
Right.
reading.
Is it a publication that the local stores have like on their little counters or whatever to pick up, I wonder.
I know that the town hall gets a delivery of some.
Okay. Yeah.
Can't remember how many. Says January, May, and September 2020 issues of Uniquely Quabbin magazine circulated 7,000 plus copies each. May and September, in spite of pandemic, with encouraging and sufficient support from advertisers. Magazine is free and distributed free. And it seems like a kind of a historical preservation type of effort because it does a lot of stories and history type cataloging or.
You're only asking 200 versus some of the other ones
Right.
or more.
Okay, all right. So what have we got next? Hip hop for seniors. Love it.
Oh my gosh.
Did you see where it says, it said like clean? It would make sure it was clean hip hop.
Yeah.
So it would be like the version that's not.
So when is Black History Month? They're going to do it during Black History Month, right?
That's now.
It's
Now.
February.
So
Yeah.
how can they do it right now? Would they do it next year at this time? When would, you know?
So they had a date, right? They had like the 27th. I thought they had a date.
Now that's the
community-
artist. That's the
Oh,
author's
okay.
an artist. That was the one that was coming up like next week.
Yes, that one, right?
I think it sounds really cute. I was wondering, is he going to do it outdoors or is it going to be virtual?
Right.
And when is it going to happen?
So it said
What's the-
during Black History Month. I didn't read that.
Around Black History
Oh.
Month. Yeah,
Okay.
around.
Yeah.
Senior
Ish.
center. Free to the seniors.
Estimated number of people served 80. That's not just hours, right?
I'm not sure you could fit 80 people in there to bounce around
We don't
and
have,
shake.
Maybe
we don't have
20.
80 seniors.
I don't know. How many people live in Irving? Like 1,500?
Mhm. There's a lot of us seniors that live here.
Right.
We just don't know about this certain
80.
season.
Got 2 right here on the council.
That's right. But I don't
Well,
go to.
actually, can't you go to these senior center events at, is it 55?
Yeah.
I think so.
Actually, maybe. You know? Well, it did say community partnership with the senior center, so I would imagine they would work out something between Paula and.
But they don't have a letter of support, right?
They don't. Mm-mm.
So that would indicate they haven't even talked to her yet? Is that,
I had reached out to her.
or they did reach out and she didn't want it? I don't know.
So this is kind of like Henry the Juggler. It's not a fully formed proposal.
And I don't know who the parent committee, she referenced, will approach our parent committee for annual funding if necessary, but I didn't understand who that was, unless it's some music or whatever. Music,
Oh, right, musicdance.edu, is that what
Yeah.
it is?
Yeah.
Mhm.
so
All right,
there's support.
this is a little off topic, but have you all seen the drumming with the seniors? They have an exercise ball in a laundry basket and they're sitting in their chairs and they have their drumsticks and they're drumming to, it's a pretty popular song, I can't remember what it is, but they're doing the drums and then they're tapping the sides and it's lovely.
That sounds great. She does a great job there.
Yeah, she does.
The
So
thing I would think is the amount isn't very much if it actually were to take place.
And it's only for an hour. So it's less than Henry was.
So do we want to have a similar kind of a stipulation that we did with Henry, that it would be contingent upon finding a town partner, which would be the senior center?
Right. Yeah, I think so. I think it's fair. Because we really don't know what Paula's sense is about it, so. Oh, no, here we go. Community partnership agreement.
Is it a
She's got
link?
it listed here. Yep, I didn't even catch it earlier.
Oh,
So on page 3 of the 8 pages, it says, or yeah, page 3. Irving Senior Community Center, Paula Betters. So community partner agreement.
But they
Yeah.
don't have a letter.
Right. Oh, you're right.
So, I mean, I guess it could be that they've reached out and made an agreement, but it's kind of hard to know without seeing
Not clear. It's
thing.
not clear.
So I guess
Oh,
we
then
could.
below,
well, it does say,
below
okay, so
that, it does say
Right.
that the community partner be responsible for the promotion. So
Does the does the senior center do the promotion of, I guess they would put it like in the town, around town.
Yeah,
yeah.
they always
Yeah.
have it in the around town.
okay, I'm MY, maybe yes.
I'm okay with it. They're educating the seniors about hip hop, so I think that's why I'm okay with it. Educational and some culture.
Okay, so okay, now we're at the Authors Festival, which was coming right up.
Yeah.
I was
So
thinking
that-
it was too soon, but you know, for us to really let the people know about. It is online, but I think the target audience is pretty specific. I'm not sure if that's a wide enough audience for Irving residents. Sounds pretty eclectic, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
You're really into environmentalism and you're an artist or an author, you're probably going to tune in. But is that something that we're looking for wide audience participation in Irving? I don't know.
Were they going to be coordinating with our library and the Northfield Library? I'm trying to find that section.
They already have funding from Northfield and Greenfield libraries and from
Right.
some other organizations.
Right, okay, so here it says,
The bank.
Lindsay McCarthy of the Kiwanis Club is donating time. Public libraries of Irving, Warwick, Northfield, and Greenfield are promoting the free reading series, which accompanies this event, and buying speakers' books. Centennial House, Deerfield Valley Art Association, and Dickinson Memorial Library are donating time on the planning committee. And Lisa McLaughlin is donating the design and upkeep of the website, as well as much of the advertising work. So I don't doubt that it would be well advertised, but I agree with what you said, Jean, about maybe an eclectic mix. But with that many people pushing it or promoting it, I think it could reach a broader broader group than we would.
I think also the fact that Natine Hollis wrote a letter in support. I think that, she's, from the town library, so it seems like they already have that connection made and support. So, and they said they got 300 viewers last time.
But this
So-
says estimated number of people served is 800.
They got 300 viewers attending live online sessions and over 420 hits on the recordings. So that would be 720. So
Okay.
it seems like not that far off that they could potentially reach that many people.
Did they say anything about how they would promote it to Irving residents? I mean, it's coming up pretty fast too.
Um,
I think it's
Yep.
more in collaboration with through the public library possibility of advertising through them.
Yeah, and press releases to the Recorder and the Montague Reporter, YouTube, Facebook.
How much money are they asking for again?
200.
Oh, not very much. Yeah, I mean, I think it's a worthy thing, but I don't know.
I don't know how they're going to do it in 2 weeks, though.
I think they must be planning to move ahead regardless of what funding they get.
And it sounds like it.
they probably are already advertising, I would imagine. I mean, because it's coming up so soon. I wonder, I don't remember if I actually read the Around Town yet. For February.
I don't remember seeing
I
it in
didn't
there.
see anything in
February.
there about it. I read through it quickly, but
Let's see, Arthur and Artists Festival.
I can go grab it and make sure, but I don't see anything in there about it.
I'm just looking it up online now to see what it says here. Honoring nature. Oh, yep, it's already being advertised in Northfield. This Sunday
So
from
it's
12 to
happening.
1. Yep, it's already on their website. February, so it's on the 20, yeah. Or the top, Authors and Arts Festival in Northfield.
And they have their own web page, correct?
Yeah, oh, well,
They
let
have
me
their
go.
own website.
Opened it.
Yeah,
Is there a
So,
section in this newsletter for the library? I know there is for the senior center.
no, there usually is something for the library.
Okay, let me see if I can find those pages.
In fact, there was something about taking out books, and she's had it in there before. There was 2 things in there, I thought.
Okay, here's the library. That's just the COVID update, sorry. Hold on. That is not specifically the library.
I find it interesting. Did they do this online last year because of COVID, or is this just an online event anyways?
I don't know. It's a good question. This
Because
is
if they
just,
did that well, I'm
and
thinking
this
if
is-
they did that well before COVID, they probably may do even better.
Okay, so I found the library page, Friends of the Library News. There's nothing about it there.
and this is interesting because it actually says Northfield Authors and Artists Festival 2021. And it's Old Growth Forest Network. So I'm not seeing anything other than that. And that's the
Wait a
date.
minute, here's another page, February at the library. Crochet and Knitting Club, Kids Club, Take and Make Kits, Reading Widely, Book Discussion Group. Nothing about this. That's it. Nothing in there in the library sections.
Although it's a little disappointing that it doesn't have anything to do with Irving, it's nice that it's still encouraging that kind of publicity, you know, and maybe even spurring others to think of Irving next, maybe.
But it does say that they're grateful to the Irving Public Library for support in promoting the free festival and reading group. So I'm just,
Yeah, it wasn't in the news around town, but I agree it would be a nice thing to support, and they're right over the line.
yep.
Right on our neighborhood border, so.
Let me see
Are we
something.
ready to start talking money?
Sure.
Great. I wish I was more savvy with this and I could type in here, but I'll just mess something up if I start doing that. So,
Well, I
we
have
talked
an
about.
Excel.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I have an Excel, so I could just type it in and send it to you when we're done.
Okay. So we talked about. Does anybody want to start? Should we start from the top and work our way down, or maybe plug in the ones we know are definites?
I think just start at the top, would be easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
All right, we were
Okay.
on the fence a little bit with the children's choir. How do we feel now? $400 is what they've requested. And remember, this is fluid. We can plug something in and move along and come back to it.
I think we had
would
3 maybe,
say-
yes.
I would say if we make a contingent that the money goes to an Irving student, maybe.
I'd like that. I'm going to be right back. 2 seconds.
Okay. What would happen if it didn't go to an Irving student? Then they wouldn't use the funds and we'd carry them over and use them another year? Or if no student applied from Irving?
Yeah, I think that's probably what would happen if there was no student involved from Irving. Then it would just maybe get held over to the following year.
Yeah. I like that idea. Okay. Natani's stuffed animal sleepover, $400 requested.
I think we had 3 maybes and a no.
Yeah. Can we come back to that one after we tally everything up and see where that ends up? Is that
Mhm.
okay?
Perfect. Winchendon Music Festival requesting $1,000.
I think we all said yes, but we might want to decrease it to 500. We're not sure about the money.
Yep, I think that sounds right.
Yeah.
This is the duo pianists. They requested $750. This was the Montague Cable Access event.
How much do you think cable is an issue for people? I think a lot of
It's
people
hard.
don't have cable these days.
I don't think that, I would, my guess, it would just be, and it's not a very educated guess either, it's just a gut guess. I would think no, I don't think many people have cable anymore, but.
Well, and unless this is
Maybe
highly advertised, people aren't going to know about it. I mean, I don't go on to the, community access rarely, unless it's something I really want to watch. I don't even know what channel it is, to be honest with you.
So let's put them on hold for right
Okay.
now. Chainsaws, cheeseburgers. The name just.
I think all of us said no to that.
I think so.
Did we skip over the duo pianist line?
No, that was a cable TV conversation.
So it just said we'll put them on hold right now. We're not just sort of wait
Oh, I
on
thought
that
that
one.
was
come
the
back to it.
Winchendon Music Festival that we put on hold.
Oh,
Winchendon,
500.
Winchendon, we thought 500.
Oh, okay, so that was a yes, okay. And then the pianist one was on hold. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm got it correct.
Okay, so if we deny, so chainsaws denied, then we move on to river stories for classrooms. This one wanted $250, and if I remember correctly, we thought maybe we would increase this slightly and ask for their best effort at reaching our students.
Yeah. How much do you think we should increase? 350?
I would.
Why don't we
I'd
see how much
go-
we have left over at the end?
Yeah, let's see what we have.
And then Henry the Juggler was next.
Mm-hmm.
We all agreed if he could promote it himself, and he wants $425. Are we okay with the full amount?
Yeah.
And also contingent upon him finding a town partner for the venue. In addition to the promotion.
Yes.
Job training. $650.
I think we said no to that.
Yeah, we all said no. You know, I don't know if they want to approach the recreation people, but that was supposed to be a library event, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yes.
Maybe she could suggest they get in touch with the rec commission.
Okay.
Or if she wants to do that herself, the librarian.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to see it. Uniquely Quabbin is $200. Remember, we all said yes, correct?
Correct.
Top for seniors, requesting $280. And just reinforcing that they're working with Paula on this, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, should we request that as part of his application to see that in writing, that he's got a partner confirmed in writing?
Well, I'll go back to the panel book and see. I don't think he was like Henry where he said he would go where we want him to go. I think he was specific about serving the seniors with Paula.
Right, but
So
then
if
I
that-
think we went and looked and there wasn't any letter there though. He just had
There
said,
wasn't.
yeah,
There wasn't. But I believe if it doesn't happen, then he would have to come back to us if he kind of changed his plan. You know, because the plan was for the Irving Senior Center. So I think he would need to follow that.
Mhm.
Okay, so 280. And Authors and Artists Festival. $200. Were we thinking because this is $200 and a local neighbor, we could say yes.
Yes, yes.
All right, so let's see what we got. I think we still have a fair amount of money to spend.
Do you want me to share? I don't know if I can share my screen, actually. I was going to say I could share my, I could
Not
share.
sure if I can give, oh, I can change, maybe I can change presenter. I'll try, Sarah.
Okay, I don't actually know. I'm not familiar with how this one works, but
There you go. Yep.
okay, now I've got this.
And all you're gonna
No.
do is say, yep, and hit that play button.
There you go.
Button.
Awesome.
Can you see my Excel now?
Yes.
I don't know if I can hit the play. It's kind of hard. These controls are like not that intuitive. Okay, but you can see my Excel now?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Great. Okay, so here I can make it a little bigger in case it's hard to read.
Oh, that's better. Thank you.
All right, so
Okay, so you'll just want to put 0 in the other no, which was the dog training.
oh,
Right.
here, 0. Okay.
200, 200.
Okay, I can do some quick math here. 400, 4,800 minus what our total is.
16.
So that's how much we have left over.
Okay, so we wanted to think about, okay, so we had 3 more that we were looking at, which were river stories, pianists, and stuffed animal sleepover.
You've already increased the river story, right? So you went from 250 to 5, correct?
Yeah.
Oh, she did. Okay, good.
Yep.
Okay. Ooh,
Oh,
nice.
actually, what did I do? Oh, that might have been just my own.
No, I just want to make sure we didn't lose sight of that.
Yeah, but that's
Oh,
okay.
okay, yeah, I was just thinking like before, I didn't actually, this is not what we decided, but so this
Just-
one, you highlight it. This one and
stuffed animal
these
and
were also different amounts.
Oh, right.
Everything else is the same. So we just have to make sure we are in agreement about the amounts because I couldn't remember if that was a definite amount.
I think we're still on the, yeah, you're right, on hold for the 500 for Whipples. Yeah. Okay.
you know, okay, so this has my brain thinking possibly, since we're pretty good with money, what if we thought about the dog training classes as we could offer some sort of money towards it if they had other sponsorship? But so sometimes in their applications, they're clear about that they will still do the event if they don't get the full money. They might not be able to find other funds. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, let's look for, let me see.
What did that say? Let's see.
Yeah. Sarah, your next meeting screen share.
I've done a lot of Zoom meetings for work.
Nice.
But these are I'm not familiar with this GoToWebinar much, but once you figure out how to share them, that's okay. So
Okay,
good member of the community, dogs, okay.
And that wasn't just for Irving, was it?
Well,
I don't think that they ever really limit. They try to promote, but they don't deny. Oh, and they have a person, have an instructor. That's probably her fee.
so around town, let's see what else they said. Budget. This is just going to the person. And then,
And they're reducing it by 1 week because they want to make it free for the participants.
oh, make it 5 weeks instead of 6.
Right.
They might ask the Friends of the Library to make a donation.
Hmm.
Was there anything
I might
supplemental?
do that. I might feel comfortable with that.
Hmm. Comfortable with
A lesser amount.
a smaller amount?
Mhm. But if I'm the only one, then we can still say it's not
I'm
very
just trying to
cultural.
figure out if it falls under the cultural piece. That's all. I'm just trying to.
Well,
So we have about $1,000 left over, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
13.90.
can we carry any of that over to next year or not really?
I don't know that if you don't expend it, you can save it. I think the only way to do that would be the 15% local cultural council project, and then the 5% administration fees.
Okay.
So that would be kind of holding that off. So that was 720.
So then we'd have to spend it this year, 2021.
Right.
Yeah, and I think it would be by next June 30th of 2022, if I remember. So we could have a full.
we would have the whole year to do something like, so we could potentially plan something for later once, like maybe COVID calms down.
I think so. Is that your understanding? Remembering when we did the music festival, did we have a full year? I think we did.
It was already started, the planning for that was already started when I joined the committee, so I wasn't exactly sure how it worked.
I think we did run fast and furious into it, but I believe you would have until the following June 30th. This makes sense that that's when you expend the funds, because that's how long these people have, I believe. What are some ideas of what kind of projects any of you are interested in that you would like to see in Irving?
I hadn't thought about that.
I would love to see an art show, but I don't, like local artists.
Yeah.
And even when I've gone to like the elementary school and for like a town meeting or something, and they have all the kids' art on the wall, it's so fun to see it. But it's I don't know. I feel like I'm so overcommitted already with stuff that I'm afraid to volunteer.
Well, I was thinking, and the same idea with we must have a lot of artists in Irving. I just know we must. I don't know how I know this, but there's got to be artists around. But especially during the COVID season and being able to take advantage of all this online, people are expecting to see things online. It's not unusual anymore. So we could showcase a lot of different artists, maybe in their own home somehow, even, through the online platform. Even if it might be musicians doing 1 or 2 songs from their own home, or I've always loved the idea of a talent show, a talent event in Irving, and just seeing who comes out to play, so to speak. So those are some of my ideas, and they might be online.
I suppose if we did an online art show, it would be kind of like a website or something, right?
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be as intimidated to take on something like that, where we could do a lot of the planning ahead of time, kind of take it slow and steady and get our bearings and
Mhm.
then seek people. I don't even know what it would cost, how it would cost money.
Yeah, I'm not that familiar with, how it would work.
I wonder if this isn't something that we can talk about at other meetings and really get an idea and actually be able to make our own budget. Think about it, like really, as opposed to saying, oh, we have 720, what would it cost? But we can really think about doing a project and then figure out what it's going to cost and have some people. And I guess I'm thinking taking the year to do it and then we'll plan for it next year. Does that sound
Okay.
Plan for it
reasonable?
and then use funding from next year, from next
Yeah.
year's.
Yeah,
That might be better
Got
than
it.
just trying to,
back in.
yeah. But I do think that maybe we need to do more outreach to the local community to get better applications.
Mhm.
Because it
From
seems
our-
like we're
Yeah.
getting applications from either other towns or from just like people who are looking for anywhere and everywhere. But we do have, I think, we do have a lot of talent in our town that could be more widely shared.
Mhm.
But maybe they don't realize that we have, some money that we could spend on things. So they haven't thought of applying. I don't know, did we even advertise in the around town about the
I'm
applications?
not sure if I even did because it was postponed and postponed and then
And then
was
it
a
happened.
certain date, and it just, I mean, it was trying to keep
Yeah.
up with what was happening.
Well, and then I
And
know a
go
lot
ahead.
of things with the library got postponed, and I don't even know what happened with all of the events that we were supposed to be funding this past year.
Right, so if we take a look at that,
I'll be right back.
oh wait, doesn't matter, Sarah's,
Do you want me to
Stay
stop
with-
sharing so you can?
no, stay with your screen. I'll just have it written down somewhere, just a matter of where. Hi, it's so nice. All right, so I think we had,
Okay.
I think we have these few things held over, which would be the Bad News Jazz and Blues Band from last year, postponed, and they have a date of June 25th, 2021, and they've reserved the Riverfront Park. So hopefully, yeah, June 25th at 6:30. So they were one of our big sponsors last year. Did you get a chance to see them, Leslie, when they were
No.
part of our meeting series? They're
No.
fun.
They gave a really good show. I got to see them.
Nice.
And I wonder, just thinking about this, I wonder if we could have the juggler come to the
Good
outdoor
idea.
concert.
That's a great
That might
idea.
be- If they're already doing a show and people are going to be there, and then he could just be like juggling like before and like when they have their intermission or whatever or something. I don't know. It's just a thought.
Great idea.
Let's see. This isn't the exact form I was looking at. But I think off the top of my head, so the author visit just happened. Jean, did you get to participate?
Yes, our whole school was able to. It was great. She's a wonderful presenter.
I was hoping that there was an email that had mentioned that we could get a link to watch later. You know, we didn't have to necessarily
Yeah,
go
it
to.
was supposed to be recorded. I don't know what the status is about that. I can check in with the librarian to see. They were
Yeah, I'm
supposed
looking
to record it.
forward to check that out. It's not going to work. I can't do it off the top of my head because I don't like to say, because I'm just second guessing myself. But I think that there's one event that the elementary school had that hasn't happened, and a senior center event. The Nolambika project submitted. The fairy tale puppet theater craft happened. It was a take and grab and go from the library. The pastel painting was another kit that she did curbside. She worked with the artist. This is Natani at the library to make that a grab and go. Yeah, so we're getting there. I think, you know, we've got about half of our programs completed, even though we had COVID. So it wasn't a terrible year. All right, so we're going to remove that $720 because we're not going to do a project, right?
Okay. All right. All right. So should we just try to finish up our decisions? So I don't know, was this the right amount or did we come back? Did we not say how much?
Well, I think we said 5 on that.
We did. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't imagining that was the number.
We did say 5.
This one we didn't really say. I think we said less, but we didn't say how much.
Right.
That's the local cable access event. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
And
Gosh,
maybe we had said possibly like make it contingent on having access to the people who attend that lecture, online lecture.
Right.
Right.
Okay, this was a no. And then this one, I don't think we had said how much exactly we wanted to give, but maybe more than 250.
Well, I think we have the funds, so doing another 250 feels reasonable. What did we give them for this past year? Do you remember?
They requested 435, I believe.
Okay.
Right. Why don't we
That
bump it
program
up
was
to?
more specific to this area, wasn't it? I'm trying to remember. Didn't it have to do with they went down to the French King Bridge area and did a
Yes,
talk down there? Pretty sure.
Right.
I didn't go. I know Rinky went, but I think it was more specific to our area. Maybe that's why they're not asking us for as much, but I'm okay
You're
with
right.
500. They're just such a great organization.
Mhm.
I'm good with 500.
Okay. Okay, so where else can we bump up some things?
Well, the question still is on the dog training, what we're going to do with that. If we are. We said no, but is it still a no?
It's
So what else
It's
did we
not-
deny? We
really-
denied the chainsaw guy and dog train. That's it, right?
Yes.
I mean, the chainsaw guy sounds more cultural than dog training to me, but
Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
know.
Motivational.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
Was he
familiar.
going back to him? Was he an in-person or did he had things that he could?
He had online and in school. He had both.
Let's go. I was trying to find my.
Yeah, he said online and in school.
Find. Okay.
iPad's gone. Let's see. Here we go.
Where does he live?
Midway, Mass.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that's like Boston, right? That area?
So,
It's about an hour and a half from here. Hour and
Oh,
20 minutes.
school children in school.
doesn't
In
sound like
school.
he's really put anything together. Like, what school? Where's the event? He just says in school.
You know,
Online.
He-
This one says online, and then this one says in school.
Yeah.
Um,
how about we ask him to come to the Bad News Jazz and Blues? Let's make an all-day festival out of it.
Yeah, really.
maybe he would. He's done commencement speeches at Keene State.
I don't know. I guess I'm not that keen on him. I don't know.
Wow, I really do wish we had something that was standing out amongst all of these that was really specific to Irving. I'm not feeling like we got it this year. And I think that's because the school is closed and the library is closed and the senior center is closed.
Yep.
Usually we have so many applications. in
And we
those
have a
groups.
new librarian, Jane Urban retired. So she's
that's-
brand new and she probably, just trying to get her legs under
Yeah.
herself. So she probably
we
hasn't
didn't
thought
even-
about.
Anything from Community Network for Children, which we usually get a lot.
No, that was actually the Steffi's thing was.
Steffi's was promoted.
Yeah, Julian had worked on that.
Yeah.
Okay, Gillian did. Okay,
There we go.
all right, that's good.
Yeah, the pajama party thing or stuffed animal.
Yeah, that was with Gillian.
Yeah.
That's too much money to have left over, don't you think?
Yeah,
To not.
feels like a
Right.
lot.
Mhm. We could add another student to the children's choir since we deny them all other years. Trying to think of ways we could just spend it. We could fully fund the Winchendon Music Festival just because we do have the funds.
Okay. What does that bring us? Oh, $500.
We could put that money here if we wanted to, I guess.
Do we need any money for administrative fees or whatever? Or administrative costs?
Usually we don't set any aside. The town would, cover our postage and such.
That's nice. Yeah.
But we could do that. That's,
If we did that.
yeah.
I just,
That would be-
you think that 2 students would really go? Or, I mean,
Maybe we could say at least one is an Irving student and that's,
We do that.
going,
how would we word it?
at least one scholarship.
We'll fund one scholarship to Irving student and one scholarship to anyone, preferably Irving, but
Well, and then going back to the duo pianists, we reduced it down to 500, but do we just grant them what they asked for at 750? No, but I don't know what we have left right now. I've lost track here. Oh, nothing.
Well,
Because we put the 95 in the
depends on, I mean, it's all adjustable. If we,
Yep.
I think I'd rather go with that than the dog training. I just don't see that as cultural. Maybe educational, because it is being fun, promoted by the library. It is educational, but not
definitely
necessarily cultural.
I mean, it's like a 5 or 6 week class, and it brings people together, but it's not necessarily, it's not what I think of as cultural either.
That'd be lovely if the Recreation Commission would fund that, maybe.
Well, they might.
Okay, so what is that 5% of
Of the 48, is that what it is?
240? So we could just plop it in there and we have it.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Somebody else can get the $5. How about uniquely Quabbin?
There you go.
Or anywhere.
Sounds good.
So you want to put 240 in for
We'll cover our administrative costs.
administrative? And then put, did you say
Uniquely.
peer?
Yeah.
So in the letter, it says 5% of the state allocation can be used for administrative expenses such as paid staff, postage, stationery, and publicity. And I imagine that what we don't use can get carried over to the following year.
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks good. I always feel really relieved when we total out.
So we said yes to the full amount for everybody then. Is that right?
Yes, we did.
Except the
And this is the
motivational
only
and the
one
dog training.
was 0. Okay.
And we up
Oh, and
the
this
river
one was
stories.
0. Okay. And
What,
so 800, 400. Okay.
If you don't mind, I did see an email come through from Jason.
Oh, I forgot he was gonna
And
contribute.
he did say that he got distracted and didn't get to it, and he could write it up in the next couple of days, but I don't think we'll need it unless we want to use it for our review. He's a busy guy. He's on a interview committee tonight, so.
Oh, I think I feel pretty confident in what we've decided. You know, that I don't know that our choices would really change. Do you think they might?
I don't.
Okay. So
I guess somebody can make a motion to accept what we've got here.
I make a motion to accept this list of applicants and decisions for the Cultural Council. Was this fiscal year 2022 season?
2021.
Oh, 2021. Okay. Yeah, for fiscal year 2021. I guess we're so far into 2021 that I forgot that.
I know.
I'll second that motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bye.
That is it. We did it. And I just would like to think that we might be able to meet in March, even if it's online. We can look at our council priorities. We can talk about future planning of a local project for the next year. Something else I thought. Oh, and our survey results from last year, I have to compile those and go through those. So I'll do that at the same time before we review our priorities so that we have that information. And we'll be thinking about our next survey.
So something jumped out at me, Michelle. You know, in the info that they sent us, that we need to send out a denial letter by February 13th.
Right, that's why I needed this meeting to be
Okay.
tonight.
All
So
right.
I'll be responsible for sending out those denial letters. I have them here. The It's a generic printout. Nobody has to sign it. So I'll send out the denial letters. There's just the 2. And then I have to wait 13, I think it's 13 days. It's a set number of days before I can send the approved letters because they have a denial period. So I have to give that time. But yeah, we're on track. And then the next thing is there's an annual report that's due March 1st. And all I believe that is really just like checking off some boxes. I don't think it's an actual report. It's just some steps I have to make sure I take through the MCC or with, and I'll ask for help because it's my first year. I have no idea what I'm doing.
You're doing just fine.
I wrote to him the other day. His name is Ricky. He's well, you get the letters from him.
Yeah.
So he's our like the liaison. And I just vented, you know, the help, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel so inadequate. Like, just give me some reassurance, you know. And sure enough, the weekend went. I talked to him on Monday through email. I had already calmed down, but I just needed that little hand holding, you know. I don't know. I don't think I had anxiety when I was younger, but I do now sometimes.
Well, we really appreciate you taking this on.
Well, thank you for working with me. You're a great group and calm and collected, and thank you.
I'm really
Alright, so
happy
we
to be a part of this this group too, even though, you know, like I said, I've been super busy with work, but it's nice to have a way to, you know, connect with other people, because otherwise I'm just sort of sitting in my office all the time by myself.
I know that's the thing about the Cultural Council. When I joined, it's only one meeting a year. It was just, you meet in October and you approve the grants, and it sounded perfect. Well, I think it was that very next year we did we started meeting more regularly because we needed to review the priorities and do the survey. And then the very next year we did the project, and I thought, this is a lot more than I signed up for. But it is, but it's a good, worthy cause. So
Yeah.
okay, so do you have any dates in mind, or you want me just to send out an email and we can work on next meetings in March sometime?
I'm okay with just an email.
Okay.
That seems to work fine.
All right, that's it then.
Michelle, I'm retiring, actually, retiring from Irving Elementary
How soon?
really soon. Like my last
Really?
day is Thursday.
We're gonna have to get you a new email address.
Exactly. I need
Okay.
my personal email address.
Brian will set you up with a town email, or he'll have the IT person set you up with a town email. It'll just be a little different. It'll
Do you want my
probably be
personal?
Jean. Yes, until then.
Okay. So it's J Galbraith, GALBRAITH 56@gmail.com.
Okay, so I'll get us all on the same page because Leslie is
Okay.
gonna need it. Sarah, we're gonna need to figure out why it is.
Yeah,
well,
I don't
guess it's
know.
going right
It
to your
seems to
Outlook.
not be working right for me, but yeah.
We'll get it figured out. Okay, that's our important next step. All right, well, thank you all. Make a motion, somebody make a motion to adjourn?
I'll move to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Bye.
Got it all, Jean?
I
Got all
hope so.
those? Okay.
I got all, yeah. Last time I forgot all that. This time I made sure to write it all down.
We're learning as we go. All right, thank you so much. Have a good night.
Thank you. You
All right,
too.
good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
take care.
Now how to leave.
Just say, click on the X somewhere and say leave.